Good day to everyone who's watching. Today our group will be presenting our Building Business Network, which code is PBS 2093 group report. We have chosen Rocket Flava as our business and conducted a live event based on the business that we have chosen. This presentation was prepared for Madam Hasnira Lazim. And before I go any further, let me introduce my teammates. Next. There are six of us, where five of us came from the same section, which is section AB 6.93, and another one came from section AB 6.40. My name is Asyikin with Shariff, and I was appointed as the secretary of the event, and I came from section AB 6.39. Miqaell Daniel bin Ridzuan, who was in the same section as mine, became the MC. Mohammad Alif Haikal bin Adnan, who was in the same section as mine, became the promoter. Nurul Irdina bin Nazarudin, who's the same section as mine as well, become the one who's in charge of the attendance. And Mama Fitri bin Azhar became the one who conducted activity 1. Was from the same section as mine as well. And lastly, we have Muhammad Qusairi bin Zakariah, who was in charge of activity 1. And he came from section AB 6.40. Next. As an introduction, the hosting organization of our event is Rocket Flava, which is a business that sells flavored beverages made with natural ingredients. Some of our flavored drinks are made from strawberries, matcha or green tea, milk tea, and lastly chocolate flavors. The theme for our event is known as webinar, where we invited a speaker to give a speech, and there will be a Q&A session among our attendees. And the main title of our webinar is known as Business Tips Talk with Mr. Ami, and we had a targeted audience of 20 to 30 participants among our circle of friends. And from those who studied business management in KPTM Bangi, who are in their 6th semester. The event was conducted on 3rd June 2022 at 3 p.m. until 3:45 p.m. for 45 minutes, and it was held in Google Meet. And our budgetary was 30 ringgit, where we fully funded by ourselves by investing 5 ringgit each. Next. There are 5 objectives for this event, which are to increase brand, product, and services awareness to our attendees, and then to generate and establish a healthy relationship development. The third objective is to enhance our leadership skills through organizing this event. The fourth objective is to expand our customer database and lure them to become interested of our product, and lastly, to maintain a competitive advantage. Next, I'll pass it to Najwa.
Thank you, Asyikin. So now I'm going to talk about the benefits to participants. First, participants could increase their knowledge in doing the business in the right way. Next, participants could implement the skills learned in their daily life. Lastly, they will be able to bring back home surprise prizes by winning any of the lucky draw that we conducted. Next. Pre-event. So next. Moving forward, before the event start, we had decided to use Google Meet as our event medium, since it is generally utilized by almost every participant and provide many features that can be used. Moreover, we searched for our guest speaker to give a speech regarding the topic that we have chosen. We also use one of Canva template to design our slides as the communication material that will be used during our event. As for the promotion process, we design promotion poster, create a registration by Google Form, promote through social media like WhatsApp, Instagram, and also Facebook. And all of the participants mostly came from business management student from the 6th semester and also our circle of friends. So next, I will pass to Qusairi.
So thank you to Najwa Irdina. To continue the presentation, these are the links that we have been utilized throughout the event. We have been promoting on 2 social media platforms, which are Instagram, Facebook, and we utilize Groupmate as our event venue or platform during event. Moving forward is regarding that we had done on the day of the event around 1 p.m., which is 2 hours before the event. We promote the event and remind our participants regarding when our event will start. The reminder were given in our class group and our subject group. At 3, we began the event by waiting for our attendees to join until 3:05. Once most of our participants had gathered, we paste the link of our registration form in our chat box and our MC, Miqaell, start of the event by reciting a dua, giving a welcome speech and a brief introduction related to the topic that will be discussed. He then proceeds to introduce our speaker and let our speaker begin his speech. Once our speaker has finished his speech, there was a Q&A session with our speaker where one of our participants has asked a question related to the given speech. Around 3:35 until 3:40, me and Hanif Fitri was responsible for conducting the lucky draw session where we have picked 3 winners to be given to the prize of 10 ringgit for each person. Once we had conducted all the session, our MC began to give a closing speech by thanking them and dismiss all participants. Next, I will pass it to Miqaell Daniel.
Um, so so next I will be talking about our post events. Firstly, it's about the e-certificate. We provide e-certificate to those participants who attend our event through email that we have collected in essay form. Second is the lucky draw prize, which worth around 10 ringgit to 4 winners. We already bet into those who won the prizes. Next, we did record our live event and we uploaded it through YouTube, so people who could not attend our event can watch it and also gain knowledge from it. Lastly, the evaluation form. We told our audience to fill in the essay form right after the event ended so they can give their own feedback and also rate our event. Next. Next is proposal and actual event. Throughout our proposal, we have stated the pre-event by using a Gantt chart. There are about 15 stages of pre-event based on our proposal Gantt chart, which involve planning, preparing, researching, and follow-up. As much as we have planned before the actual event, there are some changes that happen in order to improve our live event. Among those are change of date, change of in number of audience, change of targeted audience, change of promo statements, and change of introduction. Firstly, change of date. Our live event supposed to be conducted on 10th of June 2022, but due to many assignments and presentation, which then give hectic situations for us, the only date that are available for us was on 3rd of June 2022. So we contacted our guest speaker on that date and give a talk, date to give a talk, and he agreed. Number 2 is changes in number of audience. On our last meeting, we have all agreed to lower down the number of our participants from 30 to 40 to around 20 to 30 due to some problems. In our actual event, we have around 20 attendees to a maximum of 30. Next, changes of targeted audiences. On our last meeting, we have decided to open the event to participants of site of Kapitian Bangi so that they can learn and gain knowledge from the business tips and talk. Changes of promo statement. We have decided to shorten up our promo statement that we share to all of our social media platforms such as Telegram and WhatsApp group. At first, we have a long promo statement which makes them lost interest towards our event. That's why we shorten up and make the audiences easy to read. Lastly, changes of introductions. We have changed our introduction by showing few ads from Rocket Flava, which makes the audience to have interest in investing the Rocket Flava product. While waiting for our audiences to join, we welcome them with the ads. That's all from me. Next, I'll pass the button to Hanif Fitri.
Thank you, Miqaell Daniel. Next, I would like to tell you about the challenges we had when managing the event. The first challenge is that our classmates have paused us sportsmanship and do not cooperate well because the number of participants set for the event was not met on the day of the event, resulting in our event being less lively than how we had anticipated. Furthermore, because our event is an online event, there are a certain members of our group who do not have a smooth internet network, which generates background effects that are not permitted to exist. Next, there was an audio problem with the slide that we had prepared since there were some technology difficulties that we misinterpret, and we were in haste to complete the event properly. This result in no sound being heard in our slide as anticipated, which upset us. Our group's most recent obstacle was a blackout that occurred on the day of the occurrence. One of our team members suffered a blackout which resulted in him not being able to open his camera. Next, every problem has its own solution. Some of the solutions that we did was to locate a better internet network that will allow our audience to enjoy and participate in the online event without being affected or disturbed. Moreover, we had minimized slot and open slots for our circle of friends to since our friends were interested to join our event too. Furthermore, for any unwanted disruptions like our slide audio issues that happen throughout the event, we decide to disregard the noise problem and continue to focus on the event until it is complete. Finally, because the online event must operate smoothly with no interruptions, our members use their mobile data make it easier and to not disrupt the event.
Next. Next is regarding our self-reflection. Next. First, I'll tell you about my own self-reflection. As a leader of the group, I acknowledge that handling my teammates is not as easy as what people think. I have to conduct a meeting several times to keep in check with their responsibilities and making sure that they are doing their job very well. Other than conducting a meeting, I frequently send them a message to ask if they have any other questions or difficulties that they are going through and if they need any help from me. I moreover learned how to manage my time and work decently. Due to the early discussion, the work that we received was finished and submitted earlier than the due date, which proved how efficient and excellent our work is. I was able to manage my time despite having so many assignments to submit. And lastly, I experienced how to conduct a successful event regardless of any difficulties or barriers that I have to go through. I understood why during any event we need to be as calm as possible and handle everything smoothly without making so much noise. I have to think of a solution fast if any issues occur to prevent my event from any disasters and inconvenience issues that would trouble my participants. Overall, my experience in conducting an event is extremely valuable in my life and it is an experience I will never forget. Next, I'll pass it to the next person.
My experience as an MC or moderator of the event has been quite tough and challenging for me as this is my first time experiencing a virtual event. I've never become an MC before in my entire life. There are many things that I have to prepare in order to make this event successful. Among those are I have to read through the script given my group leader and practice it many times to avoid stuttering when the event starts. Also, I need to have a great posture and have a nice facial expressions so the participants or spectators could understand more what I'm trying to deliver. Besides that, I also promoted the event to my friends as well as my family to make the event much more amusement. There are a few issues that happened on the event, and one of them are my internet connection was not that stable due to raining and thunderstorm. I have to rejoin the Google Meet many times, and this issue affected the process of the event. Besides that, my house went blackouts few times due to heavily rain and thunderstorm. The lesson that I've learned throughout the event is that the role for MC has given me the confidence to communicate to the public without feeling shy or timid. Also, the event has given me the opportunities to conduct an event so that in the future I can conduct my own business event. That's all for me. Next, I will pass the button to Najwa Irdina.
When it, thank you, Miqaell. Daniel. Well, when it comes to an online event, all I can think about is what do I do, what kind of product should we organize, how to organize this and that, and many more. So I'm kind of nervous and anxious since I never got myself involved on this online event. So yeah, after we had given a task from our lecturer regarding the online event, me and another five of my classmates were assigned to our Google form at first. And we did a lot of preparation, especially on how to dress for that day and so on. We also always practice a script together, and our leader will correct it if there's a mispronunciation based on the script. We also always give word of encouragement to each other and support each other. And lastly, I am glad that I get to work with that such of good teammates, especially our leader. She's the best in planning and making decisions, and also to make sure that event is going pretty well. And in my opinion, good teammate is equal to success. As there on this one quote, teamwork begins by building trust. And the only way to do that is to overcome our need for invulnerability by Patrick Lencioni. So that's all from me. Next, I will pass to Hanif Fitri.
Teammate are the key to the online event running well, which is when all of us have a different perspective and our online event has smoothly carried out. Next, I have gained many new and exciting experience, and I have also learned a lot about the lucky draw event and how to improve myself in the terms of confident speaking skills in the lucky draw season at the online event, teamwork of my group, and also how to manage control my audience, and finally how to communicate and work together in a group. Next, I will pass it to Qusairi.
Okay, so my self-reflection, I will describe the things that I have gained while being one of the organizer who had handled activity in the event. First of all, being the person in charge of handling event activities has made me to be experienced working in group, and also it made me realize that I may help some of those community that need assistance in overcoming the challenge, and we are also can give awareness about tips and way to start business to those people that didn't have knowledge or afraid to go ahead their business. This is all for me, and I pass it to Mr. Alif.
For me, the event this time was a bit difficult because we had it online. It was the first time I had a virtual event. It is very difficult to control virtual event as opposed to face-to-face event because not everyone has a good internet connection. In addition, we also face with the problem of lack of participants who need to fill out our event attendance from a Google form. We have made posters to be promoted across social media accounts such as Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. We also raised capital to make lucky draw activities. This is to attract more people who are interested in joining our event, but we still lack of participants. The lesson I learned while hosting the event was that I could learn how to promote the event because my role at the event was a promoter. Therefore, I have a little experience to promote event if I have the opportunity to host my own business event. This means This business event is very good because it can introduce our business to the public. Next. We can conclude that this last event that was organized by us has led to a successful event. We believe that we have chosen the most appropriate topic related to the business that we have been chosen. We also communicate with our classmates, which tighten our post even stronger than before. Throughout this last event, we learned about how to expand and be successful at a young age. Our speaker had opened our eyes and hearts to how business can truly affect people's life. We were given advice on how to find and work with trustworthy people to keep our business from failing, which was a new information and knowledge for us. In addition, we also found a way of promotion, a medium that can be used as TikTok is trending at this moment, website to design and many more. In the end, this event reached its main objectives and purpose. Next. These are the advantages that have been used during the live event.
And